What's your name? What's your question?
My name is Taiwan, and my question is, at what point does explaining someone's trauma become excusing behavior that should no longer be tolerated?
So you mean explaining someone else's trauma with whom maybe you're in a relationship with?
No.
Okay, give me an
Just
example.
in general. So I'm a therapist as well. And so I hold space with people who continually make excuses for family members who have toxic behaviors that should no longer be tolerated. And they make excuses over and over and over and over. Kind of like my sister that was talking about the 14-year relationship, and she's still considering going back after 6 months. At what point should we not tolerate that anymore?
You know, I'm gonna let my healthier panelists get a stab at this. But honestly, I feel like that love thing is so tricky, right? It's like you can have a whole plan together and logically you can know what you need to do, but when you love somebody, it's like, and I get it, right? It's not even the healthy version of love, but the love is like, I remember how it felt when somebody gave up on me. I remember how it felt when somebody looked me in my face and said, I'll never leave you, and they end up leaving me. And sometimes we like, I don't want to do that to another individual. But if love didn't have something to do with it, most of us wouldn't make these dumb decisions. But when you love somebody, sometimes it overrides the way you think. Trill?
Yeah, I would say to answer the question, bro, I think the point of no return is when they stop taking actionable steps to fix the issue. I think a lot of times we be wanting more for people than they want for themselves. And that's the problem with it. You can't do it for them. You can't fix it for them. I don't care how much you love them. I don't care how long y'all been on each other. They got to wake up one day and decide, you know what, that's enough. It's time for me to start taking actionable steps. What I mean by actionable steps, I'm talking about therapy. I'm talking about reading books. I'm talking about seeking outside counsel for people who actually successful. Actionable steps. But when they fail to do that, that's when it turns into delusion on our end. And at that point, we got to exit left.
Anybody else, or did we do a good job with this? That's a game of SAT question. I'm up here, I'm sweating. No, but Lance, you have something?
You got to ask yourself, how much time do you have? You know what I'm saying? I don't let people give me too many excuses. Excuses are tools of the incompetent used to build monuments of nothingness. You know what I'm saying? So, look, if they ain't making the necessary changes in their life, it ain't nothing you could do about it, bro. You could talk their ear off, and if they're not taking the information and using it to the greater good, move on, bro. Let somebody else deal with it.
But to answer your question very specifically, though, the reason why I make excuses for other people is because oftentimes I first excuse myself in a whole bunch of departments in my life. I make an excuse why I don't go to the gym. I make an excuse why I stay at that job I hate. I make an excuse why I'm not elevated in my life, why I'm not doing that work that I need to. I make an excuse every time I procrastinate. So it's not unfamiliar to me to accept excuses because I accept it with myself. Sometimes the way you treat yourself and show up for yourself is how you allow other people to do the same thing for you. So if you all are making a decision, because we talk about leaving a toxic relationship, the reason it's difficult for people to leave that toxic relationship because it was difficult for you to leave that toxic job or that toxic family member. This is a habitual thing for you in your life. And that partner you were with is just a symptom of a deeper problem. And sometimes when we are making excuses for people, it is not them, it's us. It's something we've done all our lives. What's up?
So what about an adult, youngest of the family, who's still acting like a baby?
Well, because he's probably a baby. Is he still a baby? How old is
I said
adult?
an adult, youngest of the family.
What age we talking about?
An adult.
But the
youngest
thing
of the
is,
family could be 70.
as long as they baby them, they gonna continue to act like a baby. So at some point, they gotta get out there and grow up.
You mean like an adult who still shows signs of dependency? Like they can't make decisions on their own and stuff like that? Or is that what you're talking about?
let's just say like Tamar Braxton.
God.
I like Tamar.
I love her. I
just
love her. I
for
love
the
Tamar.
camera. We cool. Like
Yeah.
Tamar,
No,
just think about you.
I just wanted to give some context, like behavior.
Okay. I wish we still had that because I can't remember the exact question. Can you just read it to me one more time? Because I was thinking and
All right.
processing.
At what point does explaining someone's trauma become excusing behavior that should no longer be tolerated?
Okay. I think it's when we start creating an escape for those people.
Yeah.
Because some people do that. It's okay to say, they do that because this is what happened to them when they were 21.
Right.
Maybe one time.
Yeah.
But when we see that this is a continuing pattern at this point, and now I'm helping you find an escape to avoid accountability, I think that's where that fine line actually is. For instance, I'm gonna use dependency for an example. For people who maybe were sheltered by their parents and stuff like that, and they don't make decisions on their own, like they have to rely on somebody else. They get married and they can't make decisions. They rely on other people for things like that. You can't keep saying it's because your mom sheltered you. At what point do I hold you to a place to where you are now accountable and you recognize you have to face this and change your behavior patterns? So I think that's just what it is. And then also victimizing people. And I see that a whole lot. Yeah. I'm sure you do as well. When you have talked to a person in a way that keeps them in a victim mentality, it keeps them victimized in their trauma, because then it doesn't allow them to see outside of that. It doesn't allow them to hold space to empathize with other people, see how their trauma is affecting other people, especially with people who need those kind of things recognized. So I think it's that whenever we're victimizing people or whenever we're enabling those behaviors.
Great. And that was a compliment that you gave me.
Appreciate it. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up.
Ooh-wee. So the question is, when is enough when you are making excuses for someone's bad behaviors due to their past trauma?
I feel like you got one, maybe two times. I give you grace on the two. You know what I'm saying? Because at some point, like, you can only stay, especially if we're talking about something in the past that happened to you when you was like 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you grace for those moments, but at some point you got to take accountability and just keep moving. Like, it's kind of like Kitty was saying, like, at some point you got to be able to stand on your own 2 feet, make your own choices and your own decisions on your own. You can't be dependent upon other people. So at some point you got to, come to the grips of the situation, be the adult that you are, and do what you do. Because at the same time, your spouse or whoever it is ain't going to want to keep, putting up with that and keep hearing that. They don't want to keep dealing with that all the time. At least I know I wouldn't. So I'm giving grace a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But I agree, at some point, you got to be able to progress and move forward with your life and give that stuff to the Lord at the end of the day and allow him to take it so that you can move on with your life and do what you're supposed to do. What you think?
I feel it. You can't, be just having bad behavior and then just blaming it on the trauma of your past. Mm-hmm. It's lots of people out here who've been through horrible things. People got sexually assaulted as children, raped, abused, some by people they trusted and should have been protectors of them. Mm-hmm. But you can't carry all those things on your shoulders and then act out as a hurt person hurting people. You got to make a decision in your heart to heal and move forward and not be a victim and be a victor.
It's true.
Get up, clean yourself off, clean your attitude up, and start acting like an adult. You cannot keep living in your past of whatever happened to you. I'm sorry that it happened, but hey, this is a new day, and you can write your future.
It's true. I completely agree. It makes me think about, like, being in school and college or whatever. It's like you ain't got mommy and daddy there no more to make sure you get up on time and turn in your work, and you don't got the teacher's baby in you anymore. At some point, you got to become the adult and the professional that you're trying to be. You know what I'm saying? So that you can get yourself ready to get that career and everything else. So I think it's the same. We can give grace every now and again because some people need that reminder. But at some point, you gotta be willing to pick it up and do what you gotta do. Because at the end of the day, if you think about it from a professional sense too, you might be able to be late at work a couple of times, but after a while, your boss gonna come and start giving you those points. We're gonna start having conversations, things like that nature. So I feel like you gotta just treat it in that same situation in just regular life and everything else. Just do things the right way. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a person who's a victim of your past so much to the point that you're unable to progress and move forward. You can acknowledge that it happened, that it was real, and those feelings might have been real and it might have been a messed up situation, but you can't live and stay in those situations. Like I said, you got to give it to the Lord, allow him to take it, and, just keep it moving and progressing from there.
Right. And your testimony is supposed to, be a testimony to other people that, hey, that you can overcome. You're not supposed to be using it as a reason of you having bad behavior.
It's true. It's true.
It's supposed to be a powerful testimony that other people can see, and it's supposed to inspire them, not be a crutch.
It's true. It's true.
Woo-wee, that's the end of the video. Go ahead and check out stamps-tv.com. So much content on the website. Go click that link in the tab.
Yep, and while you're there, go ahead, visit that Shop Stamps Apparel tab. We got great t-shirts, hoodies, jogging sets, all different types of stuff on there. Go ahead, check it out and get you a little something.
And go check out Stamps Essentials on the website. Click that tab on the website. So much to offer. Shampoos, deep conditioners, protein treatments, leave-in conditioners, hair growth oil, hair grease, whipped shea butter for the skin, lip liners, and of course our signature product, Stay Moist Coils hair system. It's a 3-part system. It's for wash and goes, but you can also use it for a single twist, single braids, and perm rod sets. I got it in my hair right now to get this style, okay? And this is all my hair. This ain't no wig, no weave, no extensions, no nothing. This is my hair, okay? And I use our products to grow my hair and to style my hair. Y'all go ahead and check that link in the bio. Bye.
See y'all.
Is that in there?
No, it was on the outside of your shirt now.
Hey, get away from me. Get away. Oh, it's hurt. I feel kind of bad for it.
I don't. I don't know why, but yeah, you should have just went and sat on the light. You had to come on over here. Now you dead.